So the next question is roles and responsibilities of any SOC analyst. Okay, what they have to do every day, once day in and day out. Okay, let us make sure uh, we do it in a way that uh, learn it in a way that we will never forget it. Okay, so what type of team is this SOC team? First, you should be aware of this. Okay, so come when the company needs the security, at what times it needs the security. Company needs security all time, all time. It is like, every second for an organization requires security, because what if you have, you know uh, say for example, uh, uh, Saturday Sunday I won't get any customers. Okay, so I don't require any security on Saturday Sunday. But attackers are not waiting for you till Monday. They'll come and attack you on Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So morning I'll be getting up little late. Okay. For 1 hour I'll come to office at 9 o'clock. Okay. Instead of coming 8 o'clock. Okay. I don't want security. I mean, like we don't do any SOC I mean, like SOC activities during till night. I won't do it until morning 9 o'clock. I don't do it. Okay. No, it is not like that. Okay. 24/7 attackers are there looking for their, or throughout the internet they are scanning the internet, they are trying to identify the vulnerabilities, they are looking for latest vulnerabilities, they are exploiting some systems and trying to get more vulnerabilities. Okay, so they are there all the time for some weak spot. So the security teams should be always 24/7 to be on alert. So security is a 24/7 activity for any organization. Okay, okay, so you should be continuously keep continuous monitoring is required. Okay, now you tell me one thing. Okay, is it possible for you or me, like to open your eyes like this and continuously look at all the dashboards all the time? No, it is not possible. It is not at all possible. Okay, so that's why what we have something called as, okay, alerts in place. These will be running as a scripts in the background of any sim or any analytical tool. Okay, if any conditions that you have written get satisfied, with all the conditions, if it gets satisfied in the queries or any alert what you have written, if all the conditions get satisfied, the alert comes, means you need not to look manually all the time. Okay, yeah, but the scripts are doing it for you. So within that time you can do other activities, like you can do whatever the alerts you have received, you can do analysis. Okay, and you can like work on the tickets currently opened. Okay, you can do all other activities, but remember, SOC is 24/7. Even if you are not there in the office because of some specific situation, at least to certain extent, to stop major activities or major security threats. Okay, to know, not stop, to know major security threats that are like someone is trying to attempt on your organization, you should have some alerts to be in place. So that is how the currently, like how the alerting, uh, continuous monitoring is in place. Okay, and apart from that, you will be doing like monitoring dashboards. Okay, and you'll be doing some kind of rising incident tickets. Not only L2, L1 can also write it, raise an incident. If he's one or two experience, still they can raise it, because if they are confident enough, yeah, let them. Okay, L1 or L2, anyone, even L3 can also raise an incident. Okay, then um okay, then like if you have raised one incident, okay, you can follow up follow up on those incidents. Even L1, L2, L3, anyone can actually follow up on those incidents which your team has raised. But if it is you have raised, then it is better you can reach out to them, because you know the better the problem, because you have analyzed and you have raised an incident. Okay, and you should be working in shifts. Okay, um, then like what other activities you'll be, you know working with the other stakeholders. Here, other stakeholders is like IT ops, okay, endpoint protection team, IP, not IT, IT ops, okay, endpoint protection team, endpoint protection teams, okay, and the network teams, okay, all those, etc., etc. Any application teams, all with these, if any incident is there, you have to like if you want to know more information about, like they are asked, you are going to ask, this a new asset has come for you, you are deploying new application, what it does, how it does, like where you are storing the logs. Anyone, L1, L2, L3, anyone can. But the thing here is, these are all the responsibilities that SOC will be handling entire. We will segregate those one by one in some time, okay. And you have to do some kind of knowledge transfer. If L1 is there, he will be getting the knowledge transfer from L2. Knowledge means whatever the knowledge, like this is how you have to go through the the uh, uh, playbook. This is how you have to do better threat hunting. This is how you have to do, L1, L3 will be giving, like this is how the reports I want, so you can create like this. That kind of knowledge transfer will be always there, okay. So knowledge transfer, okay, between engineers and roles, like L1 is giving knowledge to L2, L1 is giving knowledge to another L2, or L2 is giving knowledge to L1, or L3 is giving to L2. That kind of all the things has to be taken care, okay. So yeah, here apart from that, you have to analysis of any alert, okay. Analysis of alerts has to be taken care by your team itself, not only monitoring, okay, but also uh, analysis, like if it is a false positive or it is a true positive, that kind of analysis has to be taken care by you itself without any issues, okay. So this is the responsibilities which has to be taken care every day, okay, because these things will be coming down, okay. And also your team, okay, has to take care of like creating new alerts, dashboards, okay. And also you have to create reports. Your team has to create the reports. Some are for within for you or SOC team itself. Today we have created, we have worked on so many alerts, okay, and in them these many of them are false positives and these many of them are true positives, okay. And weekly your lead might be sending it to your manager. Hey manager, today this entire week this is what we have done and this is what we are major incidents which we have observed, and these are the rules that are triggered, and these rules can be better managed. Some of them are like rules are not triggered by reported by other team that they have found that, but same thing we are not able to catch, even though if we don't have any even though if we have an alert, we are not able to catch that particular attack, okay. Or in case someone has identified some other team, means like someone is doing something and they have come to know their system is compromised, we didn't have any alert for that, okay. That means some teams can come and give us the feedback also, saying that you can write a correlation rules next time if the same thing happens, they can, that kind of things you might be like received. So this SOC lead is the responsible during that particular time zone or particular time times during that particular shift. So he would have, they would have collected it, consolidated it, okay, and they would have handed it over to the manager, okay. Manager, what he'll do, he will remove all unnecessary things, okay. He'll be taking care of the engineers, as I said earlier, okay. But not only but that particular thing, SOC manager will also will be having a frequent communication meetings with the CISO or any other party leads, like IT ops leads or anyone. like how we are going to better secure this particular organization. Okay, what are the new approaches we are going to follow, all those things. Okay, so this is like day to day activities, like if there are anything like new devices to be onboarded, all these things will be like will be taken care by the SOC lead itself. Okay, now, okay, and your like shift, but these are high level. Okay, now we will write down one by one. Okay, so first we'll start with what you can say, the L1. Okay, SOC L1 roles. Okay, so okay, okay, now the first task, whatever it is, okay, continuous monitoring. Continuous monitoring of dashboard. Continuous monitoring means like every 1 or 2 hours you have to go and see the dashboards and all. Okay, alerts you need not to see, because like they will get triggered automatically. Okay, but dashboards you have to go and monitor. Okay, so some dashboards at least like example, every 1 hour. Okay, you go and see anything abnormalities are there in the graphs or in the stats, or any new, any increase in the traffic, any drop in the traffic. Okay, any increase in the block traffic, or any increase in the allowed traffic, any increase in the successful logins, any decrease in the successful login, which is sudden spikes or drops in the network. Those things you will be monitoring, okay, by default. Okay, apart from that, okay, um alerts, whatever they get, right? Okay, analyzing the alerts triggered. This is very much important. You get the alerts, and you will come to know that okay, this is some sort of false positive, then you are least bothered about it. The alert whatever you have got, okay, you will be mentioning that okay, hey guys, I have taken this particular alert and I'm working on that particular thing, and could you please someone like I have this particular thing, also help me out in analyzing. Means multiple people can actually do some kind of analysis together also, that's not okay, but yeah, analysis you have to do. And what happens if there is any true positive? If it is a true positive, you will, the L1 can raise a ticket which is an incident. Okay, incident, like you will be using some softwares like ServiceNow or Jira software. Okay, where you'll be having like what is the alert description you'll write, who has reported it, and what kind of severity, what kind of priority, what is the impact. All those values you will select, like 1 2 3 or 1 to 5, it will be there depending upon the company. Okay, and which area that comes under, which area gets impacted, that product or any specific thing category you can select, and write the description and include some points in that particular description, saying that like the summary you'll write. Okay, um, you can say that uh, multiple infections observed, um, uh, uh, alerts observed for with so and so malicious file. Okay, the okay, then you have to, from where, what is the data source, what is the how many number of times it happened, and what are the evidences you have, what time to what time. All such information should be provided in the description. Okay, and you have to attach enough logs and evidences as a screenshots or anything to that particular incident. Okay, all these things L1 will do. Okay, and if you have already raised any incidents, okay, and you have to follow up on those incidents, and then um, okay, then along with that particular aspect, you should also do one thing. Okay, like if you have some shift handover document will be there. Okay, in this shift handover document, what you have two different types of activities. What is the current monitoring state? Okay, like you are there for 8 hours. 8 hours, did you observe any alerts? In that, how many of them are there? Okay, and what are them? Which one of them are false positives and which one of them are true positives? Okay, true positive means what is the current status of that particular, this the particular alert. Okay, have you created incident? Then what is the incident number? Okay, if it is ongoing incident, means is it assigned to someone and analysis completed from the SOC team side or not? Okay, or it is assigned to some team, they're still analyzing it and still the analysis in progress. Okay, and during that particular analysis, still we have to take care of giving more information from our side. Okay, so in this particular thing, you are going to just update in the shifter document, you are going to update this information. It is not like you are going to you know do any create your own new sheet or anything. It is just like today, what is the date, okay, and what is the, like, your monitoring dashboards, what and all important dashboards are there, whether you have monitored them or not. If you have monitored them, what are your observations, and if you are observed them, then what is the action that you have taken. Like that, it will be like, every this dashboard, what are your observations, this dashboard, what are your observation, this dashboard, what is the observation, what is the action you have taken. In very good organization, these things will be there, but in some organization, they don't even have this much granular level of gathering. They don't even look at them sometimes, people. But it's very good, like every 1 hour you have to go back and see every dashboard and come to know about the current status of the organization. You please tell this in front of the interviewer that you are doing these activities as well, being L1 or L2. Okay, they are very much happy, and even L3s also can say that, because like either they're like, if you observe those kind of things being L3, and you can tell that to your L2 or L1s, why we have missed it, because it is like continuous improvement of the process is very much important for any organization. If there is anything that, okay, continuous monitoring, like every 1 hour, whether you have done or not, how you are going to implement that particular thing, whether you went and saw that particular dashboard. Okay, so these things. Okay, so mainly, if your manager is asking for you something, you provide that particular information as well, or your lead is asking something, you provide your lead as well. So yeah, and along with that, you just have to, you know um, following up on the incidents which you have raised, that you have raised. Okay. During the same time, if you have created some incident and it is like, some ongoing incident, and the shift handover is taking place, and the second team has come into the picture. Okay. Now in that, sometimes what happens, L1 has to, like, L1 from the first shift is moving out. So the second shift, L2 has to continue that analysis and they have to update in the incident. Okay, if anything, or alert received 50%, he has done the analysis in the playbook, another 50% is still pending, that you can complete it and you can come to a conclusion whether it is a true positive or not. Okay, all these things will be taken care by the L1. So make sure you know these responsibilities and explain these responsibilities to the interviewer properly. Okay, so that is the first thing which you have to remember being an L1. Okay. Okay, now SOC L2 role. Okay, what are the main responsibilities of L2? Usually, he is like, the person who doesn't directly get involved continuously in only that alert creation, alert, all those things, alert or report creation, or dashboard creation, but he has to you know get involved in some kind of activities, like monitoring activities as well, like monitoring the dashboards. Yes, this is your responsibility as well. Okay, you have to, you know, uh, handle the incident tickets as well. Incident ticket, TICK, incident tickets you have to handle. Okay, handling. Okay, and then you will be like, you know, if there is any monitoring, means like, you know, how an L1 monitors the dashboards. Yes, absolutely. Okay, maybe monitoring, L1 might be not properly monitoring. If your set of eyes are might be good, where you know that okay, this could be like, looks to be something suspicious, because this is following any specific pattern which looks to be suspicious. Okay, so those things, yes. Okay, these are all like, you know, which L1 has to do, but still L2 can also do it for, you know, better, bigger picture. If really something is bad happening, yeah, L2 is the one who is having some more experience, so he can better look for some things which L1 cannot look also. Okay, and if sometimes like, you know, some discussions on uh, you know if any new data sources are coming, writing, creating correlation rules for the alerts. Okay, and creating dashboards. Okay, reports. Okay, these by default, everything will be taken care by the, you know, with this particular this thing. And existing, managing the existing. Okay, these are like creation of new rules, new rules for the alerts, new dashboards, and new reports. Okay, and managing of the existing, you know, all above activities. Okay, all above activities, like, you know, creating the new dashboard, creating the new rule, I mean that's creating the existing, modifying the existing dashboard, modifying the existing alerts, modifying the existing reports. Maybe the team, your management is expecting you to create the report instead of like source IP, um, destination IP addresses they want, which are getting impacted. Instead of that, okay, which domain, like which particular team has impacted, along with which particular, you know, um, what type of attack, that kind of information could you please, because we don't want to get into more technicality of it, like that they said. Okay, so it's your responsibility to bring up the reports in that particular format as they expected. Okay, so that is the responsibility. He will be like, you know, creating the new alerts, reports or anything, or like existing reports, something like, you know, some, you are thinking that some alerts are getting raised all the time. Okay, now you would like to, you know, see why these alerts are coming, and every time when I go and see that particular thing, that is an internal organization system which is sending the traffic to our one of the system, which is the traffic is coming some from pen testing computer. Okay, you have come to know about that after doing the analysis. Now you will go and you know, update the IP addresses in a particular you'll make it like not source IP address is equal to this owns IP. Okay, that particular IP you have to include, because earlier it was not there. So now if that particular IP traffic comes, it will ignore, because even because it is, we know that that is our genuine computer which is trying to do some kind of pen testing activities. So that time you have changed some, modified the alert, so that kind of management also you'll be doing sometimes. Okay, so you will be modifying, so that is called as managing the existing, the you know, alerts or dashboards or reports also you will be doing from your side. Okay, so and always remember, okay, providing the KT is providing the KT to L1s is very, very, very important. Whatever you have learned, okay, it should be always, you know, shared with, you know, L1. It is very, very important for everyone in a team, like sharing the knowledge, okay, to the entire thing. Okay, and yeah, like, you know, you should handle the incident tickets, whichever, like, you know, comes to be like, true positive that your L1 has done, you have to better analyze it and better analyze it, and you have to handle it. Handle means getting in touch with other teams, making sure that it is like getting resolved. Okay, like other teams are taking up the responsibilities to fix it. Okay, you are not going to enforce, you are just assigning it to them. Okay, and following it up. What is the status, like that? That's it. You should not go on with your like, you cannot show your authority or anything over there. Okay, so these are the L1 L2 responsibilities. Now come down to the L3 responsibilities. Okay, L3s are little, somewhat more experienced. uh, they are the leads, or like they can be called as managers also. Both L3 and manager responsibilities are almost same. Okay, but together I'll be telling, consider them, both of them as L3 only. Okay, manager or lead. Okay, first what they'll be doing is like, they'll be taking care of entire SOC environment, any new devices to be like to be gathered some information. Okay, or logs, gather any information or logs from any new systems that gathering logs uh, from new data sources. Okay, and these guys are like, main people who are going to install the entire sim in place, like, Splunk or any other kind of a tools in place. Install means they don't install is, they involve in installation of the sim. They don't get install. Those are admin activities. Maybe some admin team, like within your organization itself, you'll hire one L2 who is having that experience. Okay, so that time an L2 with can also do some kind of installation and all these things. But they are, rather than security knowledge, they'll have only installation knowledge mostly. Okay, um, so those guys will be having those installation experience, but these guys will be involving in installation, like what data sources we have to gather the data. First we should start with which data sources. Okay, and how we have to, the plan this deployment. Okay, so involving installation sim, and you know like, gathering and or onboarding, you can say onboarding sim. After installing, you need logs, correct, right? So onboarding of the logs is a second task, which, okay, this involving, okay, involving, okay, mm, uh, involving or gathering, okay, logs from various new data sources. That activity also they are going to get involved in this particular thing. Okay, and like, uh, whether like, entire like getting communicating with various stake stakeholders, like IT ops, okay, or EDR teams, okay, or cyber teams, like, attack and defend attack teams will be there, right? All those things, and they have to take care of managing the team, like shift handover timings. Okay, all that kind of a things has to be taken care by L3. Okay, and also they have to, make sure um, like other new processes, new SOC process, like okay, now we are doing this kind of a thing, like, uh, bringing threat hunting threat hunting into SOC team. Okay, like from now on, like every week, this particular guy will be doing some kind of, threat hunting activity on, like, any scanning is happening or not this week. Next week, any privilege escalation happened or not, or next week, any exfiltration related scenarios, anything is happening in our organization or not. That kind of a things you're going to make sure. Okay, so, and then uh, you know mentoring or KT for you know L2s and L3. Sorry, L2s and L1. Okay, knowledge transfer. Okay, yeah, these are all the main important things that you have to make sure being an L3. Okay, and you are doing like performance appraisals for the team. Okay, this is the tasks of L3. Okay, so these are the main tasks. Yeah, we are still going inside. Okay, so many things will be on the way. Okay, yeah, go ahead.